is Chloë Dowds. I'm a potter working in Newtownmount Kennedy, County Wicklow. I was always interested in art when I was in secondary school. My grandfather was actually a painter, so I was aware of somebody having craft or art as a profession growing up. The first year at art college was a taster year, so we did every discipline, and when it came to doing ceramics, I suppose I just kind of jumped into it. After I had made the piece, it reflected back to me something that had, like, the way that I was feeling at the time, even though it wasn't apparent to me at the time. So I just really felt like there was something like a connection there with the clay. There's something like deep down that can't be explained, that I have to make things. So if I'm away from clay for any substantial amount of time, you know, I'm not myself. I need to express something with the clay that can't be expressed with any other kind of speaking or writing. You know. I work only with porcelain, well, majority with porcelain. So I dye porcelain in my studio. I've developed different sort of tones and shades through trial and error, and created a colour palette with that. So I dye the porcelain by hand, and then I throw. My main technique that I use is throwing on the wheel. Also with the vessels that I make, the coloured vessels, I inlay a line of coloured slip on the outside and on the inside. So I like that sort of sense of illusion. It gives a sort of sense that this line is cut right through the piece, but it's actually two lines. The reason that I made my vessels cylindrical and very simple in shape, simple looking but difficult to achieve, the simple shape is because the colour is the subject matter of the piece. A vessel kind of gives the sense that it's something that will hold something. So if I say vase, people immediately will think, oh, it's for flowers or it's for this or that. Whereas vessel, it can just be enjoyed as itself, as a piece, or it could be used for anything that you like. So it kind of leaves the function open to the user. When it's handmade, that's a direct connection to a human being, you know, and that's a direct connection to that person's life. So everything that informs what you make, how you make it, it's from your life experience. So, and also a lot of makers have been working for years and years and years. So it's so much skill and so much life experience is in one piece. Clay is alive, you know, it's full of bacteria, it's actually alive. So it has its own ideas of what it wants to do. So you have to come together and kind of do this little dance, but you can't be overpowering with the clay because it will respond and it will say no, and it will collapse, or it will, you know, it's not going to do what you want. So you have your intention, but along the way it's a collaboration with the material itself. When it does go right, I guess it's extremely rewarding, you know, because all of the things that you make just started in your head somewhere, and then it comes out through your hands, through making and all this process that is involved with ceramics. Making things with your hands, your personality comes out in the clay, no matter, like, you can't avoid it. There's something about the shape that you decide to make or the glaze that you decide. You are part of that piece, part of your personality is there. Everything that is important is inside you, so that you can use your own life experience to make really interesting work. And that's going to be the most interesting work. The most honest work, I think, is the most interesting work.